Hi, today I wanted to show you my new version, how I work with quests at the moment. So at the moment I'm masked, so they don't see me. And what I did in the last 2 months is that I generated a quest system. So as a moderator, I'm now on a live server, which is running on my prototype server, and I have this configuration mask here. So what I can do is I can see all my quests in my world and can edit it here directly. So for example, if I say I only want to see the quests for the class mercenary, then I just go to the breastplate quest I have here, and you see now here the icon for the breastplate. What is the reward for that quest? And you see the name that's getting to the character and all these things. And I can also check, for example, if armor quests in the armor level 1 are missing. So for that mercenary class, I check, all these armor does not have any quests, so most probably I will not get this stuff. I can also filter then by different sets. So for example, the set 001 is normally my set which I do first. And you see here, so for example, yeah, I have already done the quest for mercenary. Let's do another one for the mercenario, which is the male character, and check if the quests are missing. And now you see here the boots and so on. I don't have a quest yet, and I can create a new quest very easily. So for example, I say for this quest, it's let's give it an idea. It's level 1 mercenary male, feed set 001. So that's my quest ID, which I use to get the data from the database. And then I can say, the name is get your new feed armor. I don't have a good example at the moment. The quest giver is Citrana, which is in the zone here. And then the quest order should be the first quest for the mercenario. And I don't have a quest required yet because she does not have any quests. Repeatable zone, I would say it's Marina Station, and the timeline is armor timeline, and it's an armor mission, and it can be done at level 1. The class is for mercenarios, and XP for this quest is 20. And I set it in development. In development, it will be shown on the prototype server, but can also be productive, bug, or whatever. Then I can blend it out and it cannot be started on the server. And then I say, for example, the success message is, yeah, you did it. And here the description would be, search for the shoes in Marina. Must be near the Corsi area. And I set the feed. I drag here with drag and drop, and this is the feed now that the character will get for this quest. And I say I create a new quest step. So the quest step will be 0 because it's the first one, and then the name will be search for the shoes, and the zone where he should do this is in Marina Station. And then we have an item name, and now this item name is an item that drops in the zone. So I need an ID of that item name. I will do this later on also with drag and drop, but in this case I can just say shoes 001 or whatever, and then say I need one item, don't need a description, and then I can update this quest on the server. So this will be stored now in the database, and I can do the next quest for that character. What I also wanted to show you, because as a single developer for a game, it's not very easy to do all this quest stuff and so on. So I wanted to have an interface where I can do it online during gameplay and change it and everything. So, for example, if I go to the mercenary again and take that mercenary feed quest here, well, let's take something else. One moment. Yeah, let's change that we need to harvest Pora energy, but it's not only one needed items, it's 5 needed items, and then I just store it like that. And now what's happening is, if I store that quest, everybody who has done that quest can do it now again. And what I have implemented here, because I had a lot of bugs in all this quest stuff, I have implemented here a button which says start this quest for character, and then when you start this, you will see in my quest journal here on the right side that I got this new quest, apprentice needs another hand. So it's here, apprentice is another hand. And it was always a pain to test in the game that I need to go to the zone and harvest the Pora energy. And I did a lot of time with testing. It was fun, but if you do it the 10th or the 20th time, it's not fun to harvest the Pora energy, especially 5 items. So I have a button here where I do test add. And then you see I have now harvested one of the 5 Pora energies. So as a moderator, and I checked it on the server that I'm a moderator to do that, only moderators can do that. Of course, this is for sure a security problem if somebody would get that. But as I said, I check for moderator. And then I do another test add. You see here that the Pora items are now 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, and then here I need to open my inventory, and the inventory for the character. We will open also the armor bag, what I have here, yeah, and then you can now finish the quest with the 5th item, and then you see here that now I need to return to Citrana. This was also here another step. I didn't do that yet, so I need to return to my quest giver. I need to change that, and then I add that too. And now you see I have here the message. I didn't do a success message. You see I have forgotten something which I can easily add now, and now I get this hand and can drag it and drop it to my inventory or to my equipped stuff. Yeah, it's still in the making. I have very big screens because I'm basically blind, so I need every stuff very big. And also I wonder if I should not make all these windows transparent, but I like it is like that. And yeah, what I'm wondering is if I get a Dungeons and Dragons administrator, maybe, or yeah, some of these moderators in Dungeons and Dragons, maybe they can fill out all these quests, and yeah, that can be done. Now, you may wonder how would an administrator check for which items are available. I have some moderator abilities also. So for example, I can here check which mobs are currently spawned, and then I get the message here. These are the mobs that are spawned. So we have a Formiops, which is level 8, and he doesn't drop any loot here, you see. And what I did is now also we can, for example, take the iron and let me just check how I did that. Yes, exactly. I need to do the mob here, so Formiops should now drop an iron, which is this one. So it's iron. Yeah, so I pick from that list here, but you could also do, for example, I want a level 6 item, which is an emerald, which is much more worth and so on. And now I could add that as a loot for the mob. And you can always want, if this loot drops, what is the probability. So let me go back here. The iron probability that it will be looted is half of the mobs will drop it, and you can see here I have some other stuff also that you can change the random probability when the mob loots that. So I insert the loot for this mob, so half of them should drop it. And what I can also now do is I have here I have somewhere a function where I could update loot for mobs. So this is also ability. So this is very heavy on the network because all mobs will now get the current loot what they drop from the database. And I made some functions that it's not that heavy, and but when I work as a moderator here in the environment, it's not a problem, because when it's stored in the database, afterwards I check not only mobs that have the min role will check for the loot items and so on. And now let's basically try, and you see here I did that ability, and then I get an update, and if I do now again the mobs that are currently spawned, you see here now they drop these drop an iron piece here, and so I can change the loot on the fly on the server. It's when I do it as an administrator, it's for sure not very performant. It will maybe a problem in a crowded zone, but for now I don't have any players yet. I'm still in the prototyping phase. I will do it like that, and then I can build all these things while I'm playing, and and then sometime there will be a world with many things. And what I also did is, of course, if I do these kind of moderator abilities, you see also some stuff that the character is doing. So here coins means I get the new loot, and so on and so on. What is another functionality? Yeah, so for example, what I also can do is I can get the disco items in the zone. So when I do that, I get a message here what can be discovered in this zone. So this is basically an item ID I can use for the quests. So this is also something I did. So yeah, you can build the world with this administration moderator tool. So The moderator can play and generate some cool stories within the game. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. It was a lot of work, and there is still a lot of work, but all of that couldn't have happened if I didn't have OpenWorldStarter project and OpenWorldStarter API. Without that, I couldn't have done it, and thanks again.